Hello everyone, my name is Chip. We've got another viewer submitted deck list for you today. Now, if you have a deck that you would like to see me play, I've opened up my email, chipkayplays@gmail.com. So if you've got a list you want to see me play, send it through there and I'll have a look. Alrighty, so today's deck list is an Esper Sharkblade deck. The viewer who sent this has asked me to look it over and give it a more critical look than I normally would. Now, I'm more than happy to play casual fun or even meme decks as well, and we'll view them accordingly, but this viewer has asked for a more critical take of the deck, so if you have any ideas, suggestions, or improvements for the deck, feel free to leave them in the comments down below and maybe we can help each other out. And now for the deck list. For hand hate, we have 4 Inquisition of Kozilek, 2 Thoughtseize, and 3 Liliana, which doubles as removal. Then we have 4 Fatal Push, 4 Skyclave Apparition, these are just good pieces of removal in our colors, and 4 Stoneforge Mystic, able to search up the blades of the Esper Sharkblade deck, which today our Stoneforge package is 2 Batterskull, 1 Maul of the Skyclaves, and 1 Sword of Fire and Ice. Now we move on to some blue cards. We're running 4 Serum Visions, it replaces itself and allows us to set up our future draws, 2 Archmage's Charms, able to draw cards, counter spells, and gain control of cheap permanents, and 3 Cryptic Commands, because it's Cryptic Command. And then we have this cool little package, including 3 Shark Typhoon, a powerful enchantment we have no interest in casting, but when we cycle it we may pay X, and we get ourselves a Flying Shark creature token with power and toughness equal to X. And because this is a triggered ability, it makes it very difficult to counter, and we can do this at instant speed, dodging board wipes or sorcery speed removal. Performing a similar but slightly different role, we have 2 Celestial Colonnade and 1 Creeping Tar Pit. Both are man lands with varying degrees of evasion. All of these cards laugh in the face of counter spells, planeswalkers, and sorcery speed removal spells. So what does the rest of the mana base look like? Well, we have 1 Watery Grave, 1 Hallowed Fountain, and 2 Field of Ruin. Helps dispatch those troublesome non-basics and lets us search up our own basics. For fetches, we're running 3 Polluted Delta, 4 Flooded Strand, and a 1 of Fun of Prismatic Vista. For basics, we have 3 Snow-Covered Islands, 2 Snow-Covered Plains, and 3 Snow-Covered Swamps. In the sideboard, which only has 13 cards, we have 3 On Thin Ice, 2 Celestial Purge, and 2 Aether Gusts. These act as additional answers to more narrow threats. For Grave Hate, we have 2 Rest in Peace, and 1 Kaya's Guile. Kaya's Guile is a modal spell that can solve a lot of difficult problems for us. Then we have a Sword of Feast and Famine as an extra blade, and wrapping things up, we have a 1 of Engineered Explosives and a 1 of Supreme Verdict. Alrighty, so that's today's list. We've got a lot to talk about because I think there's a few things that won't work too well for us in this league. Firstly, hand hate and counter spells in this deck aren't playing very nicely with each other, and while some decks can make them work together, I believe those are more the exception than the rule. Our hand hate can take our opponent's best spell out of their hand, but because we've tapped our mana for the turn, our opponent can still resolve their second best threat, and we can't respond. And this is modern, so our opponent's second best threat is still more than adequate to take us down. Also, not being able to tick up our Liliana because we want to hold up counter magic greatly reduces the threat of a Liliana ultimate and often leaves her feeling like a 3-mana Diabolic Edict that we can only play at sorcery speed. Secondly, the mana base. When building a mana base, I think it's important that you look at what you want to play and when. In our 3-drop slot, we have Skyclave Apparition with double white in its mana cost, Liliana with double black in its mana cost, and Archmage's Charm with a hefty triple blue. And with how restrictive our mana base is, we can't unlock our mana to cast all of these until turn 5 at the earliest. And if our opponent casts a Meddling Mage, our low number of fetchable dual lands makes it almost impossible to change plans and recover. This is further exacerbated by the fact that 5 of our lands enter unable to immediately tap for colored mana, and with us only running 23 lands, the chances of us getting to 5 mana by turn 5 is rather low and means we're often stuck with cards in our hand we'll never be able to cast. Thirdly, we're running the old 13 card special sideboard. I know I've made videos with decks without a sideboard before, but these slots are a resource and should be used. If you don't know what to put in, try extra copies of cards already in there. Additional removal. If you're really stuck, basic lands are better than nothing, and who knows, maybe you'll verse land destruction. Talking about the list with the person who had submitted it, we had a bit of a back and forth. And I asked if they had tried Orzhov's Stoneblade, aka Dead Guy Ale list, and they'd actually not seen the list before. And I think with everything this list is trying to accomplish, the Orzhov list does it, and has a cleaner mana base, and gets to run Lingering Souls over Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon can be cycled at instant speed for 3 mana, but you only get a 1/1 Shark. Lingering Souls has to be cast at sorcery speed, but for 3 mana gets us 2 1/1 spirits instead. Because Shark Typhoon is cycling, we're also drawing a card. Lingering Souls has that covered too, because Lingering Lingering Souls has flashback, and even if it does get countered or discarded with our Liliana, we still have a 2-mana Lingering Souls sitting in our graveyard to follow up with. So after talking to them about the Orzhov list, they've decided that's probably the way they're going to go. But they'd still like to see me play their current Sharkblade list and see how it goes. Now, for all the issues stated above, I don't have high hopes, but I'll do my best to see how we go. And as always, before we get to the games, I just want to remind you that if you enjoy these videos, by leaving a like, that lets me know this is more of the content you like to see. And if you really like these videos and want to help support the channel for free, hitting that subscribe button or showing a video to a friend is the best way you can help the channel grow and keep the content coming. All right, on with the games. All right, round 1, and we've lost the die roll. Fast Stoneforge. Can't cast the other cards in our hand though. Certainly noticing a trend with this mana base. Let's keep. Hope Stoneforge is enough. We'll get to the other stuff eventually. Pendelhaven into a Noble Hierarch. Infect or Heliod, probably. Prismatic Vista. Okay, that helps the land situation. Play Polluted Delta and pass. Infect. Okay, Blighted Agent. Our end step, we'll crack the Polluted Delta, get our Watery Grave. No, we won't pay 2 life. Skyclave. Oof. It's a very clean answer for that Blighted Agent. Yes, I will pay 2 life. My Hallowed Fountain. Stoneforge Mystic. Yes. Search up. Fire and Ice could be cool. Just get the Batterskull for now. Pass the turn there. Another Blighted Agent. Opponent swinging in for 2. Nothing we can do about that. Passes to us. Let's go for black here. Gonna get this Liliana down, and we're gonna make him sack a creature. It's either an Infect creature or their Noble Hierarch. It's an Infect creature. Just pass the turn there. Vines of the Vastwood, that's a big Blighted Agent. Mutagenic Growth, got another one. Swings in for 7 Infect. 8 with Exalted. We lose. Damn. Okay, well, we didn't have an answer for it. Engineered Explosive, Supreme Verdict, Kaya's Guile. Why is all this sorcery speed? Aether Gust, I guess? Ugh. Think our counters are too slow. Yeah, run it back like that. Yes, I would like to play first. This hand is good. Keep. Now, as much as I want to Serum on turn 1, I'm actually going to Colonnade here so we can play Stoneforge and Skyclave on curve. Forest from our opponent into a Glistener Elf. Okay, passes to us. Well, Liliana isn't ideal. Play Flooded Strand. We're going to pass the turn holding up Aether Gust. Inkmoth Nexus from our opponent. Swings in for 1. All right, nothing from us. Just a good old-fashioned Tarmogoyf. Okay, well, Flooded Strand. What do we need? We need white as well. Hallowed Fountain. Yes, we'll pay 2 life. Aether Gust. Target the Glistener Elf. All right, that worked. Now they got a 2/3 Goyf, but that's okay. You need explosives. Okay, we can probably do that a bit later. Right now, oh, hang on. Serum Visions first, I think. Oh, do we? Okay, if we Serum Visions, we might hit the artifact we want to get with Stoneforge, and we muck up our Scry. Yeah, okay, I don't see a downside in going Stoneforge first. Use Stoneforge's ability. I think Batterskull's still the way to go here. Serum Visions. Let's top both. Pass the turn there. Maybe swing in for 3. We're just going to take it down to 14. They pass back to us. Let's play Flooded Strand. Engineered Explosives on 1. Just pass the turn there. Animating the Inkmoth, getting in. Okay, well, crack the Flooded Strand. I think we just have to get a basic here because our life total actually matters now. Let's cycle. If they want to pump, they're trading a real card and life, I guess, for our cycled shark. Ooh, an Inquisition that we cannot cast. Oh, put the shark in front of it. Wow, that was bold of them. Passes to us. Creeping Tar Pit. Okay. I mean, I want to get the Batterskull down as much as anyone, but I think Skyclave is the go. Take that Goyf. Go to combat. Swing in for 1. Pass the turn there. All right, opponent does nothing and passes. Oh, another Inquisition. Well, let's just throw one away, make sure the way is clear for the Batterskull. Holy guacamole. I mean, the way is not clear for the Batterskull. That's why they have the Force of Vigor. Oh, opponent doesn't care. They're done. All right, so now they've got ways to kill our artifacts. I guess we just run it back. I'm not sure what we could bring in because we haven't got any more instant speed removal. The board wipe's nice though, and all we need is a white source. Haha. If they play a non-basic, this Field of Ruin will get us a white source. That's a non-basic. To a Noble Hierarch. Okay, we could be dead very quickly. It passes to us. Let's play Celestial Colonnade and pass the turn. Inkmoth Nexus from our opponent. Into the Blighted Agent. Okay, passes to us. Got the Batterskull in hand. Okay. Well, in the interest of self-preservation, Inquisition of Kozilek, what is going on over there? Spell Pierce. Wow. Well, we can't pay. I think we might be dead. Guess we'll find out. Wooded Foothills. Yeah, opponent swings in. Currently for 2. Okay, we took 2 Infect. Perfect. And has the Tarmogoyf. Okay. Passes to us. It's not a white land, so we got a Field of Ruin this turn. Well, we'll Field of Ruin the Ink Moth because they might make it a creature and give it protection so it doesn't die. Nope, they don't. Okay, well, we'll just get ourselves a Snow-Covered Plains. I was overthinking that. Okay, opponent's cracking to draw. Still potentially dead here. Scale up. Okay, just swinging for 7 Infect. You got another pump spell, opponent? Yeah, they do. Well, look, that's the issue. We don't have any fast answers to something like that. Get got with Infect. Gross. We won the die roll for round 2. Well, can't keep that. Mulligan. Yeah, I guess we can keep this one. I think we got to put back Cryptic. Play Polluted Delta. Crack it. Hallowed Fountain. Yes, I'll pay 2 life. And Serum Visions. Draw another land. Serum Visions and Skyclave. Top both. Pass the turn there. Shelldock Isle from our opponent. Pass to ourselves. Play Flooded Strand and Serum Visions. Well, don't think we need another blue source just yet. Sure, let's put Thoughtseize on top. We can fetch it away if we have to. Darkslick Shores from our opponent. Pentad Prism. Okay, so not Mill, Inverter. Well, in that case, Flooded Strand. Fetch up a Snow-Covered Plains. Flooded Strand. Crack it. Watery Grave. Yes, I'll pay 2 life. And Skyclave Apparition. Let's take that Pentad Prism. Pass the turn there. Gemstone Mine to another Pentad Prism. And Serum Visions. Well, I sure would love to draw into a counterspell about now. Huh. Okay, well, we've got the Creeping Tar Pit, so we can play that. Tapped. Skyclave Apparition, take the Pentad Prism, go to combat, swing in for 2, and hope our Cryptic command is enough. Plains from our opponent. Well, it won't be enough, unfortunately. They've got the Thoughtseize. And another Pentad Prism. Okay, Serum Visions. Looking very likely that we could just be dead next turn. Hand Hate or Counterspell. Come on, our deck is full of them. Hand Hate or Counterspell. Okay, not the most precise form of Hand Hate, but I'll take it. Let's play the Snow-Covered Swamp. Liliana of the Veil. Ticking up. At the very least, it gets more cards in their graveyard. Angel's Grace to the graveyard. Okay. Oh, we'll swing in for 4. Opponent down to 12. So we got them on a 2-turn clock, but they might have us on a 1-turn clock. That is the inverter. The truth is inverted. Do you win, opponent? Letting us draw, so perhaps not. Let's make them sacrifice. They might have second inverter. I don't think that changes what we do here, though. It's Creeping Tar Pit. Go to combat. Swing in for 7. Opponent takes it. Pass the turn. Shelldock Isle. Oh, it's Jace. Okay. Oh, Serum Visions. Oh, and if they target themselves, they win. Fingers crossed they don't see it. Thoughtseizing us for information. I mean, sure, we've got a Shark Typhoon. What does that tell you? And then they win. Okay. What a fun interactive deck. Rest in peace, I guess. Kaya's Guile could get him, I suppose. But apart from that, we can't play Engineered Explosives on 4 to deal with Jace, unfortunately. Can do it on 2 for the Thassa's Oracle. Don't think that matters much, though. Right. Well, what do we go down? 1 Batterskull's pretty free. Not really doing a lot with these fatal pushes, are we? Run it back like that, I suppose. Yes, I would like to play first. Okay. Keep. Flooded Strand. Crack it. Watery Grave. Yes, pay 2 life. Serum Visions. 2 spells we can't cast. Liliana on the bottom. Kaya's Guile on top, I suppose. We use Field of Ruin to get a white source. We can cast it. It's a long way to go to get your mana, though. When it casts Serum Visions. Here's a pretty good example of what I was scared of with the deck. We have 3 blue pips, 2 black pips, 2 white pips. There's a lot of colors of mana required, and we don't have them all. I think it's Creeping Tar Pit, pass. City of Brass from our opponent, passes the turn. Shark Typhoon. Well, we got the Field of Ruin. I think we do this now. Hit that City of Brass, get our white source, pass the turn there. Gemstone Mine from our opponent. Pentad Prism, pass in the turn. Snow-Covered Island and pass. Shelldock Isle. Okay, puts a card under it, pass in the turn. Well, we're going to cycle a Shark Typhoon. See, I feel like this is what the deck wants to be doing. We're reacting at instant speed, drawing cards. I'm not sure Liliana is the greatest. All right, well, we've got a Snow-Covered Plains. Oof. So we could Skyclave them off the Pentad Prism, but then we are absolutely shields down. First things first, let's go to combat. Swing in for 2. Pass the turn there. Another Pentad Prism. Okay, passing the turn there, are they? So we could Archmage's Charm to draw, but I don't think that's correct. Our only counter. All right, now that we have the Flooded Strand, do we Serum Visions? I think we do. Don't think we need you just yet. Nah, just put them both on the bottom. Go to combat, swing in for 2. Opponent takes it, down to 16. Pass the turn there. Now that's the Jace. Okay, You got a Jace, opponent. Targeting themselves with the mill. Inverter of Truth. Well, oh, hang on. Gotta get mana. Gotta get my mana. We are going to counter that though. Inverter goes away. Go to our turn. Another Skyclave. Skyclave Apparition. Take the Jace. Liliana of the Veil will tick up. Discard Liliana of the Veil. Another Inverter. Well, we'll swing in for 2. Hopefully, there's enough cards in their graveyard that we just don't die. Angel's Grace. Okay. Spoils of the Vault. Huh. Well, that's a cool combo, isn't it? Yeah. Got us again. Gross. I really hate Inverter. All right. Round 3. Lost the die roll. Can't keep this one. Mulligan. I don't think we can keep this one either. Like what, we can cycle a Shark Typhoon and hope we can cast a spell? No. Mulligan. All right. I think this is one we can keep. 2 cards to the bottom. Places itself, replaces itself, replaces itself. Doesn't. Okay. Cards that replace themselves. That was the goal. This is what we got. Blackleaf Cliffs from our opponent. To an Aether Vial. Goblins. Rabble. Pass to us. All right. Well, we do draw into the Fatal Push anyway, so Polluted Delta. Gonna hurt ourselves here. Yes, I'll pay 2 life. Serum Visions. Okay. Land and Serum Visions. All right. We top both. Pass the turn there. Ticking up the Aether Vial. Swamp Mog. War Marshal. To a Goblin. Passes to us. Flooded Strand. Play it. Crack it. Hallowed Fountain. Yes, we'll pay 2 life. This deck certainly does get Black's Aspect of Victory at any cost. Unfortunately, it's all attached to the lands. I mean, don't get me wrong. Batterskull's very good, but they go infinite. Maybe sort of Fire and Ice is better. Put that on a Shark. Start picking off the Goblins. I like that. Pass the turn here. And then if we draw a land off the cycling of the Shark Typhoon, we got 3 draws to get a land for us to get dividends off this sword. Opponent lets Mog War Marshal die. Blood Crypt untapped. For Shalak Mons. Gross. Well, can't let them kill our Stoneforge. Down to 13. Aether Vialing in. Munitions Expert. Another land is good though. So we have the Polluted Delta. Let's pass. Opponent ticking up the Aether Vial. For 5. We're down to 8. Opponent's happy passing, so we'll crack the Polluted Delta. Get a Snow-Covered Swamp. Cycle this Shark Typhoon. Get a 1/1 Shark. And a Stoneforge. Okay. Cryptic Command. Polluted Delta. Attack with the Shark. Opponent takes 1 down to 17. Just pass the turn there. Opponent activating the Aether Vial. Let it go. Goblin Matron. What's that tutoring up? Sling Gang Lieutenant. Okay. Ticking up the Aether Vial. Cavern of Souls. Yep. Well, beginning of combat. Crack our fetch land. Get ourselves an island. Cryptic Command. Tap and draw, I suppose. All right. Liliana. Opponent Vials. Sling Gang Lieutenant. Well, that'll do it. Dead again. Right. Well, they're running Vials and Cryptics, so these counters can just go. The board wipe can come in. The On Thin Ices can come in. I really don't like them all. I'm just gonna cut them all. Celestial Purge is very good. Get rid of one of the On Thin Ices for an Engineered Explosives. Run it back. Hopefully looking at this, you can see how maybe just a straight black-white list might be good. Shark Typhoons become Lingering Souls. Serum Visions. I don't know. Another creature maybe. Bob would be nice. All right. Would we like to go first? Yes, we would. Do we want to keep this hand? We really do not. Mulligan. All right, it's got 2 lands and we can cast a spell. Okay, we're going to keep. Ooh, okay, I know Fatal Push is really good. I think we got to drop one though. So turn 1, we can go Swamp into Inquisition. All right, what you got, opponent? Skirk Prospector, Aether Vial. Well, what if we take the Aether Vial? Pass to our opponent. Blackleaf Cliffs, Skirk Prospector. Okay, passes to us. Snow-Covered Island. Serum Visions. Gonna have to put the Liliana on the bottom, and Celestial Colonnade can go on top. And we're gonna cast Fatal Push on that Skirk Prospector. Pass the turn there. Mountain from our opponent passes to us. The Celestial Colonnade will come into play tapped. We're gonna just pass the turn there. Mountain from our opponent. Goblin Matron. Okay, it's getting Snoop. That is getting a Snoop. Well, I don't think a 1/1 Shark is going to help us here. So we're going to cycle for a 0/0. Get another card. It is a land. Now it's another Shark. Okay. Well, they don't have enough mana to do both this turn. So we'll just pass. We are close to just losing to a combo. And it swings in for 1. Just take it. They play a Blood Crypt untapped into the Conspicuous Snoop. Auntie's Hovel on top. And they cast a Relic of Progenitus. Exiling cards from our graveyard. Well, we don't use them. Get ourselves a 2/2 Shark and a new card. Inquisition, okay, I like that. The Field of Ruin, that's not particularly helpful. Play it anyway. Inquisition. All right, the hand is pretty much the same. We'll take the Pocket Harbinger. No attacks. Pass the turn there. They got Goblin Crater Maker on top of their library. They cast the Crater Maker. Ooh, a Boil. 4 mana blob one of our lands doesn't seem too great, but when you realize how pinched we are on mana, it's awesome. Yep, sacrifice Goblin Crater Maker to kill the Shark. Swings in for 2, 3. Yep, we'll exile whatever. All right, we're going to to use Field of Ruin now. We can shuffle their deck. All right, they're cracking the relic because they think we're doing it to get rid of the boil. I don't care about the boil. I care about drawing more lands. Let's get Snow-Covered Swamp. Go to our turn. Batterskull. Okay, run out Batterskull. I like that. Pass the turn there. Okay, so opponent's hands are Relic of Progenitors, Boil, Sling Gang Lieutenant, and Goblin Ringleader, and a Goblin Matron apparently. Did they not get the boil? I'm so confused. All right, no, because they got that. Yeah, okay. So they have a Munitions Expert. Gross. Rather handily deals with our Germ token, sacrificing it for mana for the Skirk Prospector, and that's a Boggart Harbinger. So we need an answer this turn. Supreme Verdict, please. Well, unfortunately, Stoneforge isn't going to stop us getting combo killed next turn. So Boggart Harbinger comes down, puts Kiki Jiki on top. Conspicuous Snoops make 100 copies of themselves, copy the Boggart Harbinger, and unfortunately that would mean that we are dead, and there's nothing we can do about it. Scoop it up. All right. Round 4, we won the die roll. We're going to keep this hand. This hand's actually all right. Definitely love another blue mana, but not bad. Let's go Snow-Covered Swamp and straight in with the Inquisition. Right, good pick, I guess. Let's take the Swift Spear. Pass the turn there. Steam Vents from our opponent. Into the Soulscar Mage. Passes the turn there. Stoneforge Mystic. All right, Flooded Strand. Crack it. Hallowed Fountain. Yes, I'll pay 2 life. Serum Visions. Leash. Put 1 on the bottom. Leave 1 on top. Thoughtseize. So what do we do? I think it's... So they got the Stormwing entity, which they can play next turn if they draw a land off the gut shot. We could just take the Stormwing. Lava Dart kills our Stoneforge. Well, if we take the Lava Dart gut shot. Yeah, okay. I think it's got to be Stormwing here. Pass the turn. Soulscar Mage from our opponent. Swings in for 1, down to 14. They didn't hit the second land. Okay. Ooh. We might stand a chance here. Flooded Strand. Crack the Flooded Strand. Just get a Watery Grave tapped. Stoneforge Mystic. Yes. Batterskull. Pass the turn there. Okay. So if they don't draw the land, they have to throw 2 spells. Oh, they did draw the land. And they drew a Burst Lightning as well. Well, that kills the Stoneforge. Gut shot. Lava Dart. It's not looking good. Swings in for 8. We're down to 3. It's turn 3. We've hand-hated them twice. We're down to 3. Lava Dart hitting us again. That's us dead. Oh. Okay, begin the old sideboard. These Archmage's Charms and Cryptic Commands are once again far too slow. On thin ice. It's where it's at, I suppose. Kaya's Guile, Supreme Verdict, Celestial Purge. Just cut a couple of Serum Visions for an Engineered Explosives. I guess that's it. See, so I'm just cutting out blue cards here. Yes, I would like to play first. Removal. Hand hate life gain. Okay, we'll keep. This is gonna hurt. Flooded Strand, crack it. Watery Grave, pay 2 life. Thoughtseize. Okay, so we have 3 pieces of removal. Let's take the Spell Pierce. Pass the turn there. And we just dealt 5 damage to ourselves, so it better be worth it. Spire Bluff Canal. Into a Soulscar Mage. Okay, opponent passing. Snow-Covered Plains. So we're going to, on thin ice, take the Soulscar Mage, and then when they play the Monastery Swift Spear, we can Fatal Push that. Mountain. Sprite Dragon. Okay, wasn't expecting that. I mean, I was, but I just thought they would have gone for the Swift Spear first. Well, we'll push it now in any case. Go to our turn. Another push, not bad. Pass the turn there. Maybe we should have saved the on thin ice for the Stormwing entity. All right, going to combat. Swinging for 1. Yeah, let's get rid of that Monastery Swift Spear. Opponent passes to us. Land, not bad. We'll just play it tapped. Pass the turn. Burst Lightning to our face. Cracking the Arid Mesa. This looks like a Stormwing entity. Hey, it is a Stormwing entity. Yep. Opponent scries 2. Passes back to us. Another land. Okay. Pass. Manamorphose. Into another blasted bird. Okay. Hey. Swings in for 4. Well, I'm going to give up on the Shark Typhoon sailing us to victory here and just use it as a chump blocker and a draw. Should have got a white land there. Oh, opponent casting a Lava Dart. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yep, sacks a land to kill my shark, and now they get in for 6. There's an Engineered Explosives. Well, I don't think it's going to do it this game. Sort of fire and ice. That's it, isn't it? Dead on board. 6 life, 6 power. They don't even need to cast a spell. Woof. All right, final round. We've won the die roll. Let's go first. Lands and spells. Let's keep. And it looks like we can actually resolve all the cards in our hand. Opponent has revealed a Loris. Let's play it safe. Snow-covered swamp. Inquisition our opponent. See what's going on. All right, it is Death Shadow Jund. And unfortunately, they're going to hand hate us and they can absolutely take away our Liliana of the Veil. Let's take the Thoughtseize. That way we get to keep the Shark Typhoon in hand and just pass. Verdant Catacombs from our opponent. They crack it, themselves a Blood Crypt, untapped, and they Inquisition us. All right, goodbye Liliana. They pass to us. Ooh, we picked up a Fatal Push. Let's play the Polluted Delta. Pass the turn there. Verdant Catacombs from our opponent. Cracks it. Overgrown Tomb, and runs out the Goyf. Well, in their end step, Fatal Push on the Goyf. Crack the Polluted Delta. Watery Grave. We will not pay 2 life. Inquisition, not a bad pickup. Flooded Strand. Inquisition our opponent. Well, we'll take the Death Shadow. Pass the turn there. If we can keep our opponent's threats at bay, we'll do alright. Top deck to Tarmogoyf. Crack the Flooded Strand, get a Hallowed Fountain tapped. Our turn. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, if we got basic planes, we could use this Polluted Delta to get the Hallowed Fountain, because unfortunately, we don't have any fetchable white mana with this Polluted Delta now. That was my bad. I will take full responsibility for that error. Well, we'll just pass the turn there, I suppose. Getting hit for 5. Take it down to 13. Second Goyf. Okay, so not great. Polluted Delta. Get ourselves a blue land. Just cycle this Shark Typhoon now for 2. Celestial Colonnade, not bad. Play the Colonnade, giving a creature double strike, and we're dead. Okay, cool. Didn't matter what we did. All right. Engineered Explosives seems good. Supreme Verdict seems good. Sword of Fire and Ice seems good. Over the Maul. Really don't need second Battle Skull. Let's cut the Cryptic commands. Bring in 2 Celestial Purges. I'm actually going to keep the Archmage's Charm in purely for the fun of potentially getting a Death Shadow. Could have brought in Grave Hate for the Tarmogoyf, but I'm hoping we have enough removal to deal with those. All right, let's mulligan. Keep this one. Let's put Inquisition to the bottom, actually. Polluted Delta. Pass. Mishra's Bauble from our opponent. Looks at the top card of our library. Bauble again. Let's crack the Polluted Delta. Hallowed Fountain. We won't pay 2 life. Now they're looking at our top card. Okay, so they must have looked at theirs first. They don't want it. They've looked at ours. Cracking their fetch. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Gross. That does not bode well. Another Skyclave. Not great. Snow-covered Island. Pass the turn there. Bloodstained Mire. They crack it. Blood Crypt. Untapped. Croxer. Okay, Croxer enters. We Celestial Purge it. We have to get rid of a Skyclave here because Shark Typhoon can help draw us into the land that we might need to cast our Skyclaves. They pass to us. Alright, that doesn't help us cast our Skyclaves, but it means our Shark Typhoon gets to be a 1/1. Pass the turn there. Inquisition. Okay, can't take the Shark. Takes a Skyclave. Verdant Catacombs. Cracks it for a Blood Crypt. Untapped. Death Shadow. And a Grim Lavamancer. Cycle the Shark Typhoon. Sword of Feast and Famine. Okay. And a Liliana of the Veil. Well, let's run out the Feast and Famine. Pass the turn there. Oof. Dismember. Takes out our Shark. Gets Loris to hand. And they swing in for 7. Take it down to 12. Go to our turn. Flooded Strand. Play it. Crack it. Snow-covered Plains. Skyclave Apparition. Eat the Death Shadow. Unfortunately, this Grim Lavamancer can just shoot it, but nobody's perfect. Bloodstained Mire from our opponent. Cracks it down to 6. Swamp Loris of the Dream Den. Casts a Bauble. Looks at our top card. Another Death Shadow. Keeping up the Grim Lavamancer. For our turn, we draw a card. Field of Ruin. So unfortunately, we are dead. I'll show you what happens though, because we're going to try to equip the Feast and Famine. They'll respond with Grim Lavamancer, killing the Skyclave Apparition, getting themselves a 1/1, which then means they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 7, 12 damage that they can sling at us, and we're on 11 life. Good game, opponent. Alrighty, Esper Sharkblade. What did we think? I think there were certainly some moments there where we got to see what the deck wants to do. Responding at instant speed, playing a Stoneforge, holding up counter magic, and that feels pretty good, but that's more of your, I don't know, blue-white control style list. Then there were other games where we got to Thoughtseize and take our opponent's cards and Fatal Push to remove them, but we just lacked the follow-up. So as stated in the intro, there's a few problems with the list. I do think it is potentially salvageable. Things like Snapcaster Mage in the main deck would be good. Getting rid of some of the tap lands would definitely help. Putting 2 cards from the main deck into the sideboard so that has 15, and then giving yourselves 25 lands and making them a Watery Grave and a Hallowed Fountain would definitely help clean up the mana base, because I'm sure, as you guys witnessed, there were a lot of times where we had 1 or 2 of these 3-drop cards with the double or triple pips, and we just couldn't resolve them because of our mana base. But overall, the deck's fun, and if you want to keep working at it, by all means, keep working at it. The Orzhov list is probably doing what you want to do and is already a known force, but sometimes to build a deck, you've got to make it your own, and if yours is an Esper deck, yours is an Esper deck. I hope you've all enjoyed the video, I hope you've learned something, and until next time, have fun.